Thank you so much, dear watchers and readers. I really appreciate all the comments that we got on our overwhelm post and video on Monday. So thank you so much for doing that. I think that the conversations on this video, on these different channels and platforms will really help people know that, like, one, they're not alone, and two, there are active ways of even noticing, wow, I'm stuck, or I'm overwhelmed, and that's a sign of exhaustion, burnout, and even noticing that is a way out. So thanks for watching. My name is Tracy Brown. I am a trauma-trained dietitian and eating disorder expert. And in this video, we're going to talk about the part 2 of Monday's video. So in Monday's video, we talked about just overwhelm in general of like self-care, and when we don't know what to do, what do we do? So if you didn't get that video yet, please go watch it. And today we're going to talk about body image when we feel overwhelmed. And that's a hard one, because when we feel low energy, tired, it feels like what we've been doing is not working, and we're getting into this like body loathing kind of vortex. What you want to notice is like, oh, so here's your tip. I'm just going to jump right in. Is, oh, I'm doing that thing that I am exhausted and I'm self-flagellating my body because this is what I learned to do. This is what our culture teaches us to do. If we ever have a problem about anything and we feel too much, not enough. When I say not enough, meaning we're not good enough, we didn't do something right, we go to the language of food and body, which is to blame the body, versus like what feels like so heavy inside that I don't know how to get through. And it's usually, there's a lot of grief and there's a lot of fear inside around something else. Or it could be a now time, like, wow, right now just seems really overwhelming. And I can hear this voice click in here of, if you could just get it together, then this wouldn't be happening to you. Your health wouldn't be a certain way. You could like yourself better. Those are all voices of deception. So it's really important to recognize, like, wait a minute, my like wise mind adult voice knows that self-flagellation, hatred isn't the way out of any kind of predicament. And what I need now is just to notice, number one, that I'm doing that. Like, wow, am I really trashing myself right now? I don't have to love this body. On a body image ruler of 0 inches to 6 inches, nobody says I have to be over here. But step number one is, if I hate my body, step number one, let's just work on hating it less. Can we notice that, like, this isn't feeling good for me right now? And then number two is like, what is going on right now that is feeling too much or not enough? And I'm transferring this into the language of food and body. What is happening? Oh, there's that perfectionistic voice. Oh, there's that, like, if you could just get it together, all these XYZ problems with belonging or health or whatever would just go away. And it's the magic, fantasy thin dream kind of stuff, right? And of course we had those thoughts when we were younger and we didn't know better, and we didn't know diet culture was so damaging and deadly to our body, mind, will, and emotions. And now we do. So what it is we want to bring our adult self to, like, wow, what is going on? What feeling or sensation or memory or experience is happening that is feeling like too much or not enough? And can I just notice that? And if it had like some kind of experience, a sensation, or like I'm having a memory, oh, right now is reminding me, whatever's going on right now is reminding me of some other time when you didn't have resources. And it was just easier to blame the body because that's what everybody else did anyway. And it doesn't feel like you have another way out. But in now time we do. Our adult wise minds know how to change the subject, problem solve, confront, get more support and resources. We couldn't do that in the past when we learned this pattern of like self-blaming when we were unfairly criticized about our bodies, our food, internalize somebody else's conversation that really isn't maybe about you, but it feels threatening, so we make it about us to protect ourselves. There's all kinds of reasons why that could be happening. So this is a lot, and why you can see when we're tired, or maybe we've been taking on too much, or just been taking in too much, and there's not been enough care. that it's really easy to start to kind of tell a story through the body. Now, I know for some of you who are struggling with like chronic illness or pain or anticipated, or it just happened, or you're afraid it will happen, body beratement or judgment, again, we use the same process as like, just because other people have internalized stuff that they're protecting through fat phobia too, doesn't mean you have to participate, because again, that's not what you're made for, and that's not going to help you ultimately get what you want, which is probably belonging and safety anyway. That's not where you're going to get it from sources that can't give it, or they can maybe give it in some ways but not others. So there's a lot of things here to think about. It's pretty complex and nuanced, and that's why body image work takes a lot of unpacking and time. But to go back and summarize, if you're watched this far, thank you so much. If you're like, oh, this is deeper than just like, doing some selfies and all that, and that could be good if that helps you like really see yourself and not see yourself through the eyes of all the fat phobia out there, but just see yourself for how you are, and then it's good. Buying comfortable clothes is good, and knowing that you're entitled to that, and do the best you can with the budget you have to do that. But also, it's what's happening in the inside that's being projected on the outside, and then my inner talk isn't very kind, and I can see how it thinks it's helping me, but it's really not. It's not the solution. The solution is not to restrict, because that just causes more of a looping cycle of feeling like you're doing something wrong anyway. So thank you all so much for watching. If you felt like this was helpful, please share the encouragement and the education. And if you need more help, please see the link below in the comments. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.